right? This isn't just a celebration of creativity for creativity's sake. It's not just art, it's commerce.
Marisa, thank you so much for being with me.
It's my pleasure, of course.
So, I think what's so fascinating about everything happening on the Croisette right here in Cannes is there's a lot of talk about technology and AI, of course. But when I think about you, I think about brands because you've worked with so many iconic brands across so many different categories. So, you are in a new role, and I'd love to hear what is your thinking right now about the importance of brands and what you're doing right now.
Yeah, I'm very comfortable and honored to be associated that way. And I think this is still very much a festival about growing brands, which is tantamount to growing businesses, right? This isn't just a celebration of creativity for creativity's sake. It's not just art, it's commerce. So for me, it is about just thinking about the storytelling, the human connection, and actually being mercilessly clear-eyed about why would someone want to access this brand, this product, this service.
I love your point that creativity and storytelling is in service of the business, in service of commerce,
Correct.
because we are in companies.
Correct.
And this is a festival of creativity, but I want to come back to the business reality because we are in very uncertain times. Never before have we seen such geopolitical and economic uncertainty, and certainly in a category like retail, with the brands that you have, that has to figure prominently into how you have to think every day. How are you navigating that?
I mean, of course, there's not really a one-size-fits-all answer because you have different brands, different customer bases, different, set of opportunities and challenges. But, the common denominator across our portfolio, whether it's JCPenney, big mass, all the way to Brooks Brothers, which is, is somewhere between prestige and luxury, let's just say, is you still have to frame value in a way that resonates with people in a time and place. And I think it's actually a really, it's scary, but it's also a really great opportunity for us to take a brand like JCPenney that was beloved for a really long time. And actually what I'm finding is people really do have a soft spot. Like, people don't hate on the brand, but the people that haven't accessed it either ever or recently don't think of it necessarily as for them and up to date. And to be able to open people's hearts and minds to see things they really want at values that actually speak to the current economic climate is actually a really nice story to be able to tell people today. I'm not trying to convince you to do something that's tone deaf to the current economic environment. I'm trying to say, you know what? You don't have to compromise.
Now, you mentioned your team, and the company overall at the Catalyst level has gone through a lot of change.
Yes.
So how are you leading through that change, and what's been very important to you in terms of your values at a time like this?
We are only about 6 months in to this merger and becoming a newly formed portfolio company called Catalyst Brands, comprised, of course, as I was speaking, of JCPenney, but also some really iconic specialty retail brands. Brooks Brothers I named, Aeropostale, Lucky, Nautica, Eddie Bauer. So, there's a lot of work to think about what's brand-led, what becomes the sort of portfolio benefit, how do you resource a team. We had layoffs. I mean, we had to we had to create efficiencies. It's hard. It's hard. What I'm proud of is we have a wonderful CEO, Mark Rosen, and I think he's built a really great senior leadership team.
Thank you so much for being here with us.
Thank you for having me.